Welcome to Tables, Ladders, and Bumps, a pro wrestling podcast where we talk about wrestling promotions like the WWE, AEW, and others. Today we'll be doing a three count, which are three hot topics pending and burning on our mind in the world of wrestling. We're going to bring you guys some content here every week, so be sure to subscribe, like, and drop I remember it now, a DTK a DTK on that subscribe button. So today's topics include what the hell is The Rock doing, Elimination Chamber booking, and we got new women's tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. Let's get into three count. First count is the women's tag team match with Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel. I thought this match was fire, partly because the crowd was into every inch of it. But before I say any more, what did you guys think about it? Wade, let's start with you.
No, this match was really good, and I feel like I've been kind of hating on Liv Morgan a
Mm.
bit, like just because her matches were a bit boring for me when she came back, and now like every match she's in, I'm super hyped for her. She's like Rhea's cool. I can't really remember any good Rhea matches like in the last like 6, 7 months or whatever. I know she was hurt for a bit, but like the last good Rhea match Liv was in, and Liv has had a bunch of sick matches
Mm-hmm.
recently, and I don't know if just her turning heel all of a sudden it like flipped a switch, but usually someone petite like her, I feel like you know what I mean, is usually doesn't play heel as well, but dude, she's killing it. And like
Mm-hmm.
her
Yeah.
and uh
Okay.
I just love that. I just love that tag team. So,
Yeah.
and I think that was the right move, especially since there's probably stories with Naomi and
Yeah.
uh Bianca, so or Bianca
Bianca.
as what's his name says.
That's how
So
Pierre says it.
just to piss off Pierre.
Bianca.
Oh man, I hate that so much. I feel like he can change it. He chooses not to. Um, for me, man, I love the match. Like you say, Miranda, the crowd was into like every step of the way. It was so many false finishes. I
Mm.
feel like it was just like a
Mm-hmm.
false finish city, you know.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting, and not that I wanted it to happen, but I kept, man, where's Jay Cargill? I kept feeling like James pop was going to pop up, and that was going to be how they lost. But for them to not even lose, it was still Judgment Day shenanigans because Dirty Dom came out and did what he does, you know. But I don't remember. Maybe it's never been a women's tag team match that's been as good as that one to me.
Mm-hmm.
At least in
No,
the period
yeah.
that I can remember.
Right.
You know, like they put it on a show, and for the longest, like we talked about it, man, just like how the women don't get proper tick on TV. The storylines are terrible creatively, that they don't have anything going. And we can see what happens when they get the proper time. And you put a good match together with great people out there. And man, I wish they can run it back, but I know this is something else now. They got to go
Mm-hmm.
split off and do other stuff now. But man, give me more matches like that. Like the women
Right.
deserve it.
I mean, who are they running back against?
No, each other.
Or oh, them too. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Because the storyline's going to diverge now into
Yeah.
other things. I see what you're saying.
That's
Okay.
a Mania level match, in my opinion, with those teams.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Just two and a half things that I loved about this match. One, I felt Raquel's role as an enforcer was totally validated and justified. She saved Liv a whole bunch of times and did a lot of the dirty work outside of the ring. Loved that. Two, Liv's selling in
Yes.
this match was phenomenal. All the bumps that she took were that really caught my eye. And two and a half, Dominic interference had me laughing just because there was just a lot of movement, whether it be his hair or the frills on his clothes, plus the ring. It was a classic interference where there's just like visual chaos for a second on the screen. Absolutely love that too. So this match to me like you said, is very memorable, and I can't think of another match that comes close to this in the women's tag division, other than that one time when Bianca and Jade were like ragdolling Unholy Union for like the last few spots. But overall, this was a way better match.
Yeah, I don't. I would like to see this match at Mania again,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, but yeah, I mean, we're not going to get that. I guess I've never mind. I'm that'll ruin a topic, but I feel like I know who they're going to go against, and it's going to piss me off for Mania. But we'll get into that when we get into the chamber predictions and stuff. So,
Okay, I
No,
think I
you
know
know,
where you're
actually,
going.
oh, I could say it now
Roman
because this is
Barcelona.
nothing. I think it's going to be EO and Dakota against them at
Mm,
Mania.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay, okay. I was gonna. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. All right, let's move on to our next topic. What the hell is The Rock doing? Um,
What is he cooking?
uh,
That's what it is.
what the hell is The Rock cooking? Because it
he's
smelled like
cooking
doo
some.
doo.
Yeah, he's cooking a flaming bag of poop, is what he's cooking.
Seriously, what the heck is happening? Now, questions that run through my mind when I think about this whole situation is one, how much do they know of what they're doing? Two, is this a Rock taking over thing, or is everyone in cahoots with this as far as the booking goes for this? And three, why are they allowing this? So those are the things, the main questions, like who's in on it? Are they making it up as they go along? Like, are they really 20 steps ahead or not? And why? Why? We have a great cards without him being in it. And to be honest, a couple of weeks ago, when there were rumors about him not even being involved in Mania 41, I was kind of relieved. It's like, yeah, let's let these other guys show out. So,
Mhm.
Pierre, what do you think about everything going on right here with The Rock?
So I saw something. People were talking about how we complain about when wrestling is too predictable,
Mm-hmm.
and the Rock popping up makes it unpredictable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we do want some a little bit of just spontaneous and not knowing what's going to happen and surprises, but we want them to make sense, and we don't want them to completely derail everything that we kind of been watching for the last like couple years. You know, like he broke the fourth wall, pulled the curtain back, then whipped me back in the curtain, behind the curtain again, just to pull it back again some more. And it's like, Cody gave you a watch $5 before the match, and you didn't beat him down in Chicago and said, Mama Rose, look at your son. Then your mama and his mama took a picture right after the match. Why are you telling us this? Now you guys are friends. You get them kisses in the ring. You guys are drinking tequila. I don't know what's happening, and I don't know. I don't need to know this. You know, like what part of the storyline is this, and why is it happening? And then what happened with Roman Reigns?
Yeah, what is he doing?
And you had Chief, he's Tribal Chief. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Chief Keef, and now you can say, you know, like what is going on? Like that just makes no sense at all anymore. And you want Cody's soul. You told him not to break your heart again last year. You guys keep having these 30-minute awkward promos. It feels like that people are breaking up, like a couple is breaking up, and you just don't know what to say to each other. It's just weird now. And I don't think they're. I feel like. Oh, sorry. I also feel like everyone doesn't know what's happening. It's only the select people that know what's going on because they had to rewrite the show and they had to cut stuff off because of this. You know, and in retrospect, like they didn't need to do that, man. Like that could have been like 10 minutes. Hey, New Orleans, you guys get in WrestleMania 42, and Cody, I want your soul, and you could have squeezed on in like 10 minutes. It could need to be 30 minutes. I don't know, man.
He had to
I'm
sing.
not a fan.
I, yeah, he did have to
He
sing.
did.
Uh,
Oh, I'm getting feedback.
I have headphones.
I'm getting an echo. Sorry.
Okay. Do you
Okay.
still get it?
No.
Okay. No, the idea of it, I can grasp. Like, I'm not stupid, You know what I mean? He's basically pulling a Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a hard concept to. I guess my issue with it is like for The Rock. I don't think this enhances the story at
Mm-hmm.
all, unless he's gonna actually wrestle. I don't really want him involved.
Hmm.
But he's trying to protect himself because he has like too big. He has the freaking Martin Scorsese movie, so I'm sure he doesn't want to wrestle and mess up everything for that. So he ain't getting in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So he just comes in, and the thing that annoys me more than him coming in and changing everything is him doing a goddamn interview after, like, about the final boss being bad. I didn't even watch it because I knew I'd be pissed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, dog, I don't need you to be like corporate or semi kayfabe thing
Right.
talking about all this like it's a documentary again. Like, I
Right.
just freaking, if you're gonna be involved, but I don't want you to just come in and be like freaking Timu freaking Vince McMahon
Right.
as an authority figure, which is basically what he is right now. He comes in and like the soul thing, I didn't mind the concept, but you could tell like Cody was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?" Sorry for my French, but like what am I? He's like, "Here's another WrestleMania, and here's The Rock who comes in to ruin the freaking story again and make
Yeah.
it about himself." When all of us are busting our butts and our bodies out here
Yeah.
all year long,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow I like Seth Rollins more than The Rock right now. You know how
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
difficult that is to do?
Right.
I hate Seth Rollins almost all the time, but he
Right.
killed it in that promo on Raw, and him and Cody made it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, does The Rock like practice before he goes out there?
No, he
I was at
does.
20 minutes. That's like me giving a freaking doing a group project in college where like everyone else does the stuff for me and they're like, "Hey, can you present because we're scared to talk?" And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh yeah, here's oh look, oh there's my mom and his mom here." Like you're just pulling rant like, "Oh yeah, you see this slide?" Like he's just seeing everything for the first time. It's so bad. Like what is he doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like I don't know if Cody was just like looking at him confused because his acting was good, or he's just looking at him like, what is going on? Like, I'm legitimately
I
confused as
feel
to
like
what your point is.
part of it. I was watching Cody, and I felt like he was mouthing the lines at a certain
Netflix.
point.
It was
He did say
Netflix.
that to him. Yeah, he was like, Netflix. Netflix.
Netflix. Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, Wade, to cut you off, but I'm like, man, like,
Oh, here we
I
go.
agree, man. Like, this doesn't. The soul part makes sense, right? But I don't think it's needed for Cody. Cody can turn heel without the Rock. It could
He ain't
be
turning
like a,
heel.
but he doesn't need the Rock to even convince him to turn heel, though. Either way, because it could have been the same thing Punk had mentioned about the title having the title so long and it corrupting you. And it could have been like a whole like Lord of the Rings type of thing with Preston and Gollum and him holding the title so long, it changes him and makes him be corrupt and evil. That way. I don't need The Rock to come in, especially if you're gonna come in and half do it. Like it just doesn't flow. It's just not in sync with everything else that's been going on. So I don't know. I didn't like it.
It, if The Rock was going to be involved, I think he should have come back at 31 in the Rumble and just steal it. You know what I mean? Basically, when Jey
Like
Uso wins, if Jey Uso wins and then The Rock's music comes up and Jey Uso's like, "What the heck?" Oh, and he's like, "Hey, I congratulate you." And throws him over just to piss it. Like
yeah,
that would have been epic, and I think everyone would have liked that story. But this is just like I want to be involved because I'm so high up in the board and like show my
see,
face.
and even like that position with the Royal Rumble would have been cool because that would have been him showing off that he is the final boss, that he
Yeah,
is the boss, and he can make the rules and do whatever he wants. And I thought in the beginning of SmackDown they've been going that direction when they had pulled Cody from the 6-man tag.
Right.
And they go, it's above it's above me. I
Right.
can't handle it. No one's cooking. I go, oh, that's great. The Rock
I
flexing his,
like that.
Mm-hmm.
you know, but then only to come to this point to where it's like, hey, let me get your soul and gives him a kiss. I'm like, all right. I'm out of here, dog. It's enough for me.
What do you guys think? I think the only way to make this actually work well, and this is my opinion, you and one of them, it would be a ballsy move, and I would like it, but they're not going to do it. Either Cody says no, because I think Cody has to say no at this point for it to kind of make sense, and then
Mhm.
you have CM Punk turn heel or John Cena turn heel and get the help of The Rock. I think that's really the only way that this makes sense if The Rock like does retaliation and gets helps these other guys. Because Cody ain't turning. It's too much on the nose. With this, I would be shocked if he actually turned heel. Uh, with this.
That was
So
one of the
I
questions I was going to ask too.
okay.
Sorry. So it's like, let's play this out for a couple minutes, right? So let's play out Cody says yes, and let's play out Cody says no. But since Wade,
Mhm.
you already brought it up, let's play out if Cody says no. What happens with The Rock's role, and what happens with anybody else being involved with what his agenda is?
Uh, well, I
Um,
think. Go ahead.
no, wait.
I think it. I think the only two options because Roman isn't in Elimination Chamber. I
Hmm.
guess you
No.
could do Punk wins or Cena wins, and then he adds Roman in as like a triple threat thing to make it harder for Cody, or like a fatal four, something crazy like that. Um, if like one of those guys doesn't turn heel, because otherwise, what like if Cody says no, and then Punk or uh freaking John
It,
Cena stay babyface, like what that does nothing. So like then then he would have to add in Roman or Jacob Fatu or someone, right? Or himself, but he's not going to wrestle. So I don't. I mean, he could just beat Cody's ass for a month and a half. I'd be kind of
Hmm.
cool with that.
Hmm.
But you kind of basically have that with Gunther and Jay.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of how I only see the options for if he Cody says no.
Yeah.
But what do you see, Pierre?
So,
Oh, you got your tinfoil?
if,
Oh, we got
Yeah.
a layup over here for you.
so let me fix my little thing. So, if he says no, which he will say no Saturday because it only makes sense for him to say no. Uh, I'm cool with either way with Cena or Punk winning the Chamber and facing him at WrestleMania, and I want to see a dusty finish where not even the exact term dusty finish, but Cena wins or Punk wins. Most of Cena wins because it make more sense this way. Cena wins, fireworks go off, he gets the 17th championship, but Cody's either arm was up or the foot was on the rope or something like that, and the ref didn't see. We go the next night, Cena comes out, they have like a little celebration, calls Cody out. Rock Bruce's hits, and he says, I'm stripping you of the title because it wasn't right. You didn't win fairly, and I'm giving it back to Cody Rhodes. Cody takes the belt from The Rock and uses it on Cena or Punk, either way. And that's the turn. I feel like Cody will turn, and it won't be Saturday. It will be after WrestleMania, and that's it. That's if he says no Saturday, which he will say no Saturday.
So you think it'd be a
Um,
dusty finish, and then he flips out because it's a dusty finish?
but I think The Rock saves him. The Rock saves the title for
Okay.
him.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, I misheard that. Huh. All right. I mean, that's a tinfoil, all right.
Yeah,
I don't.
him, him saying yes doesn't make any sense right now at all. He can't say yes right now. It makes no sense.
I mean, I have a theory with it.
So
Shoot,
You want me to go, or do you guys, or
shoot.
do you neither of you have anything for yes?
I don't have anything really for yes.
So he could like his yes could be John Cena wins, and then he goes to congratulate him and just freaking beats his ass in the chamber with like weapons, just like right there, and is like, "Rock, you have my answer," and that's how he answers him
Mhm.
by like freaking destroying John Cena. It would have to be John Cena because if it was CM Punk, it would be like kind of weird. But
Mhm.
John Cena, who is like the ultimate babyface,
Yeah.
and he just goes full. The issue with that though is that you're gonna have the craziest brutal match with KO and Sami Zayn.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how I see it. But I don't know. I think you could. It wouldn't be like him and The Rock like standing outside. And he's like, "Yes, thank you, sir." And then it's just like ends that. That would be really awkward. He would
Hmm.
have to basically obliterate whoever he has
Yeah.
next, and be
hmm
like, and then The Rock maybe is like, "Oh, I see what this means," and go. He goes in there and starts freaking mud stomping the guy too.
Hmm.
But it has to be Cena.
Yeah.
yeah.
No one else would like if it was Logan Paul. Do you think there'd be like a real heel response with that?
Hmm.
Even CM Punk, like a lot of the people like CM Punk, but it's kind of like a bit. There's enough people who would still like Cody that they would be like, yeah, Punk's been kind of a dick to him. I'll still cheer
Hmm.
Yeah,
for Cody.
Yeah. I'll throw in my 2 cents. These are short-sighted, but there are things that make me scratch my head. One of them is if if Rock is looking for someone to sell their soul, it would probably be Drew McIntyre because Drew's been getting screwed over a lot
Oh,
in
mm,
perceptive wise. Like Drew has been treated unfairly this whole time and needs things to even out for himself. Short-sighted, don't even know what they would do with Drew. Another thing would be, man, if Cody said no and Rock makes his life a living hell, Roman comes to the rescue for Cody. Um, finally setting up the stage for Roman versus Rock in some way. I don't know what it would look like, but it would be a way of making Roman like a truer babyface versus just being a guy who's no longer that bad anymore. Or if Cody says yes and does the doings of The Rock and it starts getting out of hand, Roman still comes back as the hero and the guy with a higher um, moral standard. So that's what I'm thinking. Somehow The Rock would have to dissipate into the background because he's going to start filming movies, and I think that would be a good way to send him off.
I don't
mm.
know. Yeah,
I like,
I
I
don't
like,
think Roman fits into this at all.
I like eventually Roman being like Thanos in Endgame.
Oh
Like
god.
you guys can live with you guys' mistakes or failures
Okay.
of, and now look where you back at. You back to me again. You know, and that's when they need him to kind of save the situation in that regards. I can't see Roman as a true
Face.
baby face anymore. But
I don't want him as a true face. I'm just saying, if they're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
incorporate him and give the people what they want as a face,
yeah,
I think it would be versus the final boss and his cousin, right?
yeah.
So, all right, let's move on from this and get into our next topic. Let's talk e-chamber bookings real quick. Let's talk about the women's e-chamber and who we think is going to win and who we want to win, right? Two different things. Um, so let's talk about the women's chamber. And if you want, you could speculate how it would play out too, as far as this person that you choose winning. So, who do you guys want and who do you guys think will win each chamber? And it could be the same person
Uh,
for women.
I go. Um, I want Roxanne Perez to win, honestly. But I think Bianca's gonna win. I don't want Bianca to win only because I feel like this is a dream match, and I feel like the bill isn't there right for that. It wouldn't do them justice. When you had Cena versus Rock, they had like a whole year to build that match up, and the women haven't had that real like dream match in a very long time. At least with two stars on the same roster like this, kind of still in their prime. I don't want it to be rushed. I want it to be done properly. So I'm cool with Roxanne making to Mania to face Rhea, and I think it'd be a great match between the two of them, two different styles. Um, and Roxanne can go too. So I think that's what I got.
Didn't one of you bring up in one of our podcasts triple threat between Rhea, Io, and Roxanne would be a good match?
Way to
Yeah, I think
steal the
we
one
did.
I want. Way to
Mm-hmm.
steal the one I want for the thing. You stole my thunder just now, Marlon.
Well,
I
we already talked about it, right?
know. I was just kidding. So you think it's gonna be Bianca, but you want it to be Roxanne?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's gonna be Roxanne, and I want it to be Roxanne. Um, I want it to be, as we said, I want it to be a triple threat with Io, Roxanne, and Rhea.
Mhm.
But there's no way that's happening. I just don't. I think we just got our hopes up for for the EO thing, and they're like, "Oh, well, you'll get your match with Rhea, and we're getting it like on a regular. This should be a pay-per-view match. EO is like one of the most organically over baby faces on the whole roster. No one understands what she says, and her wrestling has just gotten her over as a baby face. And I don't understand why. Like, are they gonna? I think that they're gonna have her and uh go for the tag titles, and that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of below her right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like she deserves a main event match. Yeah, and I love Rhea, but Rhea hasn't done anything, man. She never wrestles.
Yeah, it's true.
What was her last match?
True. I can't remember.
I don't even know.
Was I was getting the belt, I assume.
January 6th then.
January 6th.
Yeah.
So she hasn't wrestled in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is she hurt? Like, what's the deal with this?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Because I could only like someone so much and have them not ever wrestle or do anything. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I like Rhea and it's cool and I like goth chicks, but like I'm more into Liv as a
Right.
wrestler and stuff right now
Yep.
than Rhea by far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more into Liv. I'm more into Io, and Io doesn't even really talk.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
does up in the water though. That was great.
yeah, that was pretty cool. It was like the Zoolander thing where he's a merman. Uh, merman. Water is the essence of beauty. Um, no, I just I'm more into Bianca even right
Yep.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Chelsea Green,
Yeah.
Dakota Kai. Like I feel more for Dakota Kai. Like I was upset that she didn't win. I feel
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
nothing with Rhea at all.
Yep.
And that's part of its writing, but dude, you need to like give her matches or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, I
So
agree.
I mean that's messed up.
What you got, Marlon?
I want Roxanne, like you guys. That'd be awesome. She could go. I feel like she could definitely use her time well in that position. But I feel they're gonna go with Bianca or wild card Alexa Bliss it.
Oh
They
man.
could build a storyline pretty fast. Even if Bianca doesn't win uh at Mania, she could win it anytime between that and SummerSlam versus Rhea.
Yeah.
But they could also rebuild the storyline between Bianca and Alexa if Bianca wins, because they had beef when
Yeah.
Alexa was injured.
That was last
So
match. Yeah.
so that's what I see. It could be Bianca or Alexa, and they could just reignite their feud.
I don't like either of those choices.
Hey, I don't either. That's why I said I want Roxanne. But Wrestling Math tells me Bianca or Alexa.
What if it was Bailey? That would be bad too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, So a part of me thinks that there's going to be no interference in the women's match, and there's going to be a ton of shenanigans in the men's one. I don't. Do you
Hmm.
guys
Yeah,
think the same thing?
Yeah,
I kind of feel it. Yeah, Roman's popping up, so yeah. I mean, we can get into the men's part right now.
let's do it. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the men's E-Chamber booking. We got Logan Paul in there, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, CM Punk, and John Cena. Who do you guys want to win men's chamber? Who do you think will win men's chamber?
I'll go.
Okay.
I want CM Punk to win.
Hmm.
I think Damian Priest is going to win. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
No, I was just playing. I think John Cena's going to win. I really am going to be annoyed if John Cena wins, to be honest. I know a lot of people are excited. Like, I freaking hate that idea because
Mhm.
I don't think he's good anymore.
Hmm.
And I don't want to see him in the main event unless
Hmm.
there's like smoke and mirrors. So I'd like to see him put some good matches together before he headlines
Hmm.
a PLE, let alone freaking WrestleMania.
Mania.
Yep.
Like, dude, that homie was already slow when he was in wrestling shape. Now he's 40 with a giant bald spot. You think he's gonna all of a sudden be faster?
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
Um, for me, it flip flops. So it's down to Cena and Punk. Either way, um, I'm cool with either one winning. I don't really have one that I'm leaning towards. Mother, the other that as far as like that I want to win. I can see either one winning. I can see both of them somehow winning, and both going to Mania, something fluky like that.
It's a good one.
Um, yeah, that's really what I got. Like, I can't see them not having seen a part of a main event for the last WrestleMania, you know, and how many more WrestleManias the Punk have to be able to main event too, you know, as well. So is that a way to kill two birds with one stone? It's almost another 10 for a three, really.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of what I got. Like, I'm cool either way. I think you have the possibility to have two great stories either way, with either
Hmm.
choice that they make with.
Yeah.
The matches might be different, but the stories would be great though.
Hmm.
Hmm.
To me, the biggest face-off currently that I would want is not Cena, CM Punk versus Cody, because they've had a couple of good interactions in the past year. Especially the one where CM Punk first came back, and a few weeks later, like he and Cody had the stare down in the middle of the ring. That was
Mhm.
freaking awesome, and I think that would sell tickets too. I think the poster would look awesome with those two squaring off. But Cena, right? Megastar, movie star, one of the call him the people call him the GOAT of WWE, and I think that would also sell tickets too. So I think from a business standpoint, WWE would lean Cena in the main event against Cody, which isn't my first choice. Probably lower or midway through with my choices, but I hope CM Punk does get it somehow, some way. Um, Whether he loses and then gets a rematch through the Paul Heyman favor versus whoever wins. But I think that's who I would want. In general, I would want CM Punk as the champion face of the face slash representative of WWE, like outside of WWE.
You want
Um,
Punk to be the babyface representing WWE?
yeah, I think he would represent the company on all media platforms better than anybody else.
Then
Uh,
Cody?
no, if Cody switches, if Cody loses,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
Oh,
okay, okay,
like
okay.
if Cody
I thought you
decides
meant
to like
just in
pass it on.
general,
No,
like,
no, no, no,
oh. I was like,
no,
dog, there ain't no way he's a better
no,
face of the franchise
no,
than.
no. Cody
Okay.
is the franchise for sure, and he's been doing a great job, like running with it and repping the company. But I feel like if Cody's gonna pass it on, it would be to Punk.
Dude, I'd rather have freaking Damian Priest as the face than freaking CM Punk.
Hmm.
CM Punk's just so pretentious. it's like does a bunch of stuff that's really unlikable to me. Where like,
Hmm.
and I'm not even saying Priest should have this role, but Priest just seems like a genuinely likable
Yeah,
person,
right,
and CM Punk is not incredibly likable.
right.
Like he's very problematic in a lot of ways, other than punching people backstage.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would just, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying though, because he's so big and like his own thing, and he's been doing the company line
Hmm.
pretty well.
Mhm.
I'm always ready for him to go nuts. Like this fool's gonna punch someone at some point. I can't believe it hasn't happened yet.
Right, right.
Maybe we
All
just need
right.
Jack Perry to come in.
Work his ranks up through NXT and eventually get there. Jack Perry versus Lexus King. Book it.
Oh my god.
Whose match I
That's
heard, I didn't watch it, but I heard he had a decent match against Moose last night.
I mean, it's hard to have a bad match. I've Moose is sick. Like I don't think you could have a bad match against Moose.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What are your guys' predictions for Elimination Chamber? Who do you got winning the women's Elimination Chamber and the men's as
Well,
well? Go for it.
ho- we're not going to predict what's happening in the women's tag match for the chamber with Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton.
No,
Oh,
not at all. Not at
Okay.
all.
All right.
oh, what about predictions real quick for the Orton, not Orton, the KO and Sammy match? You think
They
Orton comes
both
back?
they both die. I think they both
They
die
both
at the
die.
end.
They both
They kill him
die.
off.
Take him out of the WrestleMania picture for a few weeks.
Yeah.
No, I think Karrion Cross saves Sammy
Bleeding in his arms.
only to injure him later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleeding in his arms.
Bleeding in his arms. Yeah. Carrying him across the threshold. That'd be awesome.
He's just like
Came
fake crying,
across the line.
just fake crying as he's carrying him through the crowd. That'd
Dude,
be
that'd be
awesome.
sick. That'd be sick. No Randy Orton appearance though for
I think
revenge
so.
leading up to Mania.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he shows up at Chamber, Pierre?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, all right. That's a
Yeah.
prediction. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
We gotta spice it up.
spoiler.
We gotta spice it up, so yeah.
All right, all right, cool. Well, those are our predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Let us know what yours are. Go ahead and hit that like and follow and subscribe button too at the same time. So we will see you guys on the next one. Thanks again for listening.